Welcome to the Kendy and Raybo podcast, sponsored by Anderson's Bar and Grill and the Blind Tiger Bar.
Oh, just...
What's wrong? 205.
No,
Hey!
just let me build up.
Oh. You're right, to bring up the sweets.
I brought up the sweets.
Oh,
yeah.
good, yeah.
Will we start or what? Like,
Yeah. You're right. Is everything all right?
No, just let me get in.
We'll get into...
Well, Ray.
Hey,
Story
there's
by-
Kendy.
Any crack? No. Wah! I think that's what radio people do.
Yeah.
When they land in, the producers out the front, and they're like, "Oh my God, Shamey, you're the worst producer in radio. Drive me." Well, boys, welcome
Yay.
along.
Oh, yeah, no, I do think there's a degree of two different
Yeah.
personalities.
I think we should start like making out that me and you don't get on at all, right? So we'd start every episode worse and worse like that, and mad stuff, like stupid shit, like you stole at our table.
Well, I could actually start with something that you'd probably fall out with me about.
Oh Jesus! What to do now? Are you seeing my mother?
Facebook Marketplace.
Oh right, okay.
Oh, actually, I heard a joke about that.
Go on.
Now, people might have heard this.
Okay.
Doesn't
matter.
Can I start with a joke? You know the way I make, and then I'm going to tell you what you pissed off me
Yeah.
about. Sorry now.
So,
all excited.
butter me up with a nice joke.
Butter with a nice joke.
Yeah, and
So there was this house, right? And a family living up inside in it.
Okay.
And there was a child in the house.
Yeah.
Right? And he was sitting minding his own business in the living room, and he heard Almighty screaming, right? Coming from down the hallway.
Yeah.
So he decided, the young man that he was, tip up the way and see what was going on and what all the screaming was
I'll
about.
tell you exactly what was going on now.
So he went to the mother and father's room where it was coming from.
Yep.
And he opened the door, and there was his old lad, right?
Yeah.
Wearing some sort of a leather get-up.
Oh, yep, boy. He gimped out of it.
And the mother was
Look at the
dressed,
gimp of him.
dressed as a cheerleader.
Yeah.
And he was flying it into her.
Right.
Right?
Swinging it.
Swinging it into her. She was making a no just noise.
Right.
Right? So he said, Jesus Christ above. And the father spotted him and said, go, sweetie, you're tip on there now. Go on down and watch the telly and I'll be down to you in a minute. So he closed the door, tipped on. So the father finished up. And then the father and the mother, they heard an just dose screaming going on down the way. Mm-hmm. Well, this is an awful joke, actually, now that I think of it.
Come on.
So the father went down the hall, into the young fella's room, and there the young fella was, flying it into the grandmother. Right? and the father says, what are you doing? And the son says, not as funny now when I'm doing it to your mother.
What? Right.
That was a curb your enthusiasm joke.
That was an inbred joke. Ray.
It was. Sorry, I heard that TikTok saying I had to laugh.
Quite the incestual joke, Raymond,
Yeah.
that you come up with there. Now,
Sorry
fair
about
play
that
to you.
now.
Yeah, no, you should apologise.
I should now.
I thought that was going to make me feel better.
The thing you should be giving out with me about. I'm after coming. Obviously, we're late starting tonight.
What you buy?
Do you,
What you buy, Ray?
how did you know?
You're on about buying a house and getting married, and what
Yeah.
did you buy?
This is where what I bought is bad. Like,
I needed it, says you.
no, I couldn't tell her. I couldn't tell Laura what I needed it for. I said it to her on Sunday morning. She said, "What are you doing on Tuesday night?" Or Sunday morning. I said, "I have to go to Killarney for 6 o'clock."
Right.
And she said, "Why?" I said, "I have to buy a pair of stools."
Why are you buying a pair of shoes?
You know the ones you get in Home Store and More with the black,
Yeah.
and they're on the silver, and you can bring them up and down.
Yeah, that's a great job.
And
Yeah.
I used to have one of them.
They're island chairs.
And they're island chairs, exactly. I used to have one of them, and I stupidly gave it away to the Sligo's premium #1 mic stand provider, Vinny Higgins.
Shinny Vickens.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I gave him the one I had because I had nowhere to put it.
Right.
And then I seen these two on Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah.
They were immaculate.
Right.
Brought in Killarney for €10 each.
And where are you putting them?
They're now in the back of the van.
For what though?
I don't know.
Oh my God!
And
You
Laura
have
asked me
such a problem, Ray.
She asked me the same question, like, why? Why do we need these? Like, they're clearly nothing, as she says, the aesthetic. They won't match or suit anything in the
So
world.
why are
ever.
they in the back of your van?
We'll never buy a house that they'll look right in.
Oh my God! You have such a problem with buying old shit.
But I couldn't let it go. I'm actually addicted now. She said, you're going to have to get help.
Yeah, no. What you go to?
I'm going, I don't know, Bargains Anonymous.
Junkies Anonymous.
Junkies Anonymous.
Junk Anonymous.
Yeah,
That's
Junks
very
Anonymous.
good.
Yeah.
That is, you have such a problem, Ray, with
terrible.
that. It is out, like, and do you see yourself, when you drive out to Coolani and spend a tenner on diesel and then another tenner on these, so 30 quid altogether.
30 quid altogether.
Do you go, geez, I don't need these at all. Or do you go, no, I'll definitely.
But I think I'm going pure Del Boy because I think I might actually sell them on and make a profit. Because
You'll be setting up a stall, man, in the middle of a Collins Street.
the previous thing I bought in Facebook Marketplace, which was last week, I bought a pair of speakers and a bass bin from a fella in Cavan.
Yeah.
And we drove down to Cavan to get them.
Yeah.
And I bought them for a knockdown price, €500.
Yeah, I was staggered when I found out.
You
the
were
price.
staggered.
Yeah.
Everybody else said that'd be €1,200.
Yeah.
I got them for €500, and I was at a festival at the weekend, and I ended up hiring them to the festival for that same €500.
Yeah, well, there you go. So you've made the money back.
I made the money back now. It's free
Yeah, but
speakers.
you're lucky. You're lucky that they needed rented on that particular day.
But I'm getting a thrill out of this.
Okay, so
This must be how people get rich.
Yeah, but but this is how it starts, Ray. Ray, it starts with bar stools and PAs.
Yeah.
Next thing you're buying drugs and selling them at a markup price.
Yeah, why
and
not?
then you're buying Southeast Asian women,
Yes.
right? And importing them
human
into the country.
trafficking,
You're going to
yeah.
start human trafficking
But
people,
I'm making
Ray,
a profit.
on the women as
And
well.
then when
everything.
I'm abroad, living abroad in that place that's up for €1 million abroad out in Ransborough, then you'll
Oh, yeah.
be laughing.
But you won't. You're going to be living on the Costa del Crime, Ray,
Oh.
because you won't be welcome in this country anymore. You're going to have to join the rest of them down the Costa del Sol.
Do you feel sorry for young Kinahan that got caught over in
Oh,
Panama?
jeez, I do, yeah, man. My heart was bleeding, man.
I mean,
for
that
them.
man came out in a family holiday reunion. He was out for the dinner. Next thing he got caught.
Well, was he Kinahan, though? I think he was just part of the
No,
cartel.
he's Kinahan.
Yeah. Oh, was he actually
He's
Kinahan?
full on Kinahan.
Was he?
He was flat out living in Dubai where apparently there are no laws.
Yeah. No
And-
law in Dubai, lads, just in case
And then he
was
said,
wondering.
will I chance, it must have been Marty's 21st or something, down and they said they'd have it in Mallorca. Will I chance going over? I do like Marty.
Yeah.
I'd be his godfather, etc.
Yeah.
So he decided to tip over and then they got him.
Like that.
Just like that.
But see, they're wrapping them all up now, you see.
I wonder, did the guard,
They couldn't keep your man in a hutch,
Did
right?
they-
So they're gone off after the other crew.
Did you think that an LD would have been two like uniform guarded lads that walked into the restaurant and had
I'd
the
love
pleasure
that.
of actually going, Mr. Kinahan, you're under arrest.
I'd love if it was now a bank guard who walked in. So.
yeah.
How do you do it here? But there's a huge, there's a cohort of European police networks that
Yes.
are working together now, Ray.
Amazing what
To
cooperation
catch
do for
all
you.
these. I want to say a big fair play to Ireland, by the way, for being right up there at the tippy top of the drug world.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
There's not a lot that we do very, very well, but Jesus Christ, we can harvest drugs
Not for long.
like the best of them. But we're the ones that they're after. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
there's
In
plenty
fairness,
of-
sorry, I didn't see we were coming at
Do you
that.
know what I mean?
You're saying we're really, really good at the drug dealing.
Oh, we have some of the best drug dealers going, man.
And you don't see that in the billboard coming in a Dublin
No,
airport.
it's annoying, man, because Falch Ireland haven't quite caught on to it yet. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Falch Ireland haven't quite gone, like, come here. Do you know that stuff you stuck up your nose there last week?
That was
Straight off
Ireland.
the Irish shores.
Made in Ireland.
Yeah,
The little
well, it's not made in Ireland. Like,
No.
in fairness, like, we have it brought in from other places like
sell it really
Colombia.
well.
Colombia and Peru.
Yeah.
Right? But jizz, we sell it like no other. We're some of the best salesmen going of drugs.
Can
of
I talk-
hard narcotics.
Can I talk to you how that might all end?
Go on.
Sorry, my head's firing. There's
Oh, go
loads
on.
of things I want
Fire.
to talk to you about.
Fire.
There's a plan by the Dutch, right? Dutch are worried about losing their coastlines,
Right.
right?
So, and that's why is that Kinnan's?
What? No, it's not Kinahan's fault, but it could affect the Kinahans.
Right.
And their business.
Oh, yeah.
So the Dutch are pure worried about losing their coastlines.
Yeah.
So they're thinking about building a dam
Right.
to go from the tip of France to the tip of England.
Right.
So Cornwall down to the tip of Normandy.
Right.
Right.
Sounds like Trump. Okay.
And then another dam from the tip of Scotland through the Orkney Islands and over to Norway.
right. Okay. Jesus Christ. That'd
It's
be
about
something.
500 kilometres worth of damage.
Damn. Damn. That's a fucking
That's a
area.
lot, isn't it? But that means then that they would have they would protect their coastline. They'd basically make the North Sea a lake.
Yeah. But so how long is this going to take to make?
It'll be
200 years.
It'll be between 200 to 500 billion euro to do it.
Right.
Which apparently is only 0.01% of all of the nation's GDPs
Right. Okay.
or GDPRs. I don't know the data protection.
And I think
thing.
they're getting the boys from up north that are doing half of Sligo town as well, man.
I think so,
They reckon
yeah.
it'll be done by 3050.
Yeah, but the bad news is I looked at this map where you see the dams are, and we're essentially left out of this party.
Good.
No, because that
Good.
means the waves will come in and we'll be dead and they'll all be happy out
Oh,
behind
so
their
they
dam.
can turn on and off the water as it goes, and we'll get flooded out of it.
I just mean that when the big wave comes and the tsunami comes cleaning us out of it, they'll all be happy out with their dam.
But also if you're damming up the waters, Ray.
Yeah.
Right. If we're going to really call Holland out here now in the Netherlands,
The Dutch.
right? The Dutch,
Which is it? Holland or the Netherlands?
the Holland and the Netherlands.
But which one is it?
I have no idea why one of them is Holland and one of them is the Netherlands. But
I
I'll
think
tell you one
Holland
thing.
is an area in the Netherlands.
No, it's not, because anytime I was watching football,
Yeah.
if you watch football, it would, ladies and gentlemen, Jason McAteer is after scoring against Holland.
Oh.
Right? Whereas if you're talking about them in any kind of an economic or a geographical sense, you'd always say the Netherlands.
Right.
But Holland is not a place within the Netherlands.
I'm waiting
Holland is the Netherlands.
I am waiting for Brendan to chime in.
Yeah,
here
I know.
now.
I'm just waiting for him to say why it's called Holland.
There it is.
Lovely.
Folks, you give it up for Brendan Tierney. He's a mighty man to have on the old phone.
Right, so it says the Netherlands is informally referred to as Holland in various languages.
Informally?
Including Dutch and English.
Right.
And it says in other languages, Holland is the formal name of the Netherlands. So it works both ways.
Right.
So we're using it informally. Holland can also refer to a region within the Netherlands.
Thank you.
No, that consists of North and South. What a stupid statement. That consists of North and South Holland. So all of us, all of
No,
Holland.
you didn't say anything about East or West.
Yeah, but where did you
You
come
have
up? You
to
think it's a
have all-
fucking straight line.
You have to have all 4 coordinates to get a place.
It's
If I said North, all of North and South Sligo
That is
are
so
involved.
stupid. The other thing as well is there that Deirdre's texted you there. She said, "Come here." No, she said to you, "Come here.
What'd she
That
say?
definitely looks infected." She said. She said that definitely looks infected and it shouldn't be that enlarged.
Right.
Yeah, she
So,
said
we'd like
a
to
topical cream might get the redness out of
We'd
it.
like to wish Brendan all the best with his rash. Full inflammation.
That was very rash giving me that phone. Okay, so that's all that crack. I mean, fucking, what were we talking about again? Anyway,
big
fair play
start
to
to
Ireland for
205.
being right up there with the
drug
best
dealers.
drug dealers in the whole world. We're right up there with the best of them. I mean, other than that, I don't know what other crack there is. You know, let's start Leaving Cert Week.
Is it?
Yeah, well, first of all, there's savage
That's
weather.
why it's really-
I fucking hate people saying that all the time now because it got way too tiresome.
Yeah.
Oh, the good weather must be the Leaving Cert on.
I didn't think of that.
You know?
But that's so true because the
Yeah.
good weather's always in the leaving.
But the
cert
Leaving
zone.
Cert started, man, and every radio station, I've had to go back and listen to podcasts now during the day when I'm trying to put my baby to sleep because every radio station had a fucking guidance counsellor on with the same old. They always tell you the same old, like, here's how to get through your Leaving Cert now. Some top tips for your Leaving Cert.
What
We have
were
a
they?
guidance counsellor from Salerno and Galway. Now her name is Mrs. McGorty, and Mrs. McGorty now is on the line. Hello, Mrs. McGorty, because she had not else to be at during the year, so she gets a radio station once a year. Mrs. McGorty, what can we be? Listen, all I'd say to you is now take your time and
Yeah.
make sure you're there good and early.
Yeah.
You know, and this woman's on 50 grand. This is what she fucking said. Be there good and early and bring in a bottle of water.
Yeah.
And I'd say have 10 pens
Yeah.
just in case now and just relax. And then they always finish the conversation out the same way. And remember, it's not the be all and end all.
No.
Don't be worrying too
Doesn't
much about
matter a
it.
fuck.
It doesn't matter a fuck, you see now in the modern world.
Yeah.
Because
no one
if-
really cares.
You know, you can go and do arts at NUIG and you might as well wipe your arse with us now, to tell you the truth.
But she'll get a job out of it.
Well, you won't.
You will.
You will not get a job
You
out
will.
of
It doesn't matter what you study as long as you've proven that you can do 3 years and show up at all the things you were asked to show up
Well,
at.
having said that too, you know, I mean, I didn't finish fuck all of my life, man. I barely finished me dinner. And, you know, I've had to go what they call self-employed and
Yeah.
start making my own business because they're in the fucking hope of anyone hiring me for anything in any way decent. Do you know what I mean? Like, no one would ever come to me and say, Kendy, I've 70, 80 grand there ready to go whenever you're ready. Right?
I don't think anybody gets that.
They fucking do.
Who?
Yes, they do, Ray.
Who?
ATU. A chew, right? So they
Right.
fucking...
This is the Atlantic Technological University.
Yeah, I did a lot of work with these boys recently, right?
Right.
And I have found out some very fucking man. LYIT, as it was once called,
Yes.
have a computer course,
Yeah.
right? She 4 year, Ray, right? 4 year to become a coder. I don't know what the fuck that is. Anyway, you could be coding away there now. There's companies coming in to grab the students at year 3 and asking them not to graduate.
Just to come in and work for
Come
them.
in, let you. They
8
said
grand.
every fella in the country either has a Lenovo or a MacBook
Yeah.
or something, and we need you boys to be building the websites that they're watching. Now, not the hubs.
No.
Do you know what I mean? They're well run now already.
Yeah.
They don't need boys from LYT to be running any of them hubs. But they're asking them after 3 years, please
hubs.
drop out of your fucking...
Is there more than one hub?
I haven't a clue, man. You'd be hubbed out of it, right?
Right.
Okay, the boys we had a semi-hub, right? And...
Oh, the junkies carpet.
So, and I know the chest bad. So, 3 years, man. They're saying drop out of college and we'll give you a job here, and there's 60 waiting for you if you do it now.
Wow.
And that's how they're trying to get. So I definitely don't have that. Do you know
No,
what I mean? And that's because I didn't finish nothing.
That's
by
mad.
going on.
No one ever came to me after college and said, I'll give you 80 grand.
Well, no one came to me when I went to college and said, just so you know, you're going to do 4 years here now, and it won't make a blind bit of difference. You'll have to go and do another 4 years probably to try
Yeah,
and do
but
something.
when teachers go in and do the 4 years, they come out of it and they get the you know, the 30, 40, 50 grand. Don't they?
Yeah. But so that's what I'm saying. So they will.
Yeah.
You could be a doctor.
Electricians. They do 4 years fast course.
Now we're talking about the
They
real
come out
boys.
of it, they get 40,
Yeah.
50,000.
So no one told. This is the fucking thing. 2009, right?
Wait a minute, did you not do social care?
Yeah, I know I did for a little bit. Yeah,
But there's huge money in social care.
no.
Loads of people need caring for.
Hang on now.
What stopped you doing that now?
So we had an argument in class one day with one of the lecturers, right?
Oh,
And I'm
okay.
very sorry to call them out, but fuck it, doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
There was a young blonde lady who was
Oh.
in our year, and she got the fright of her life when she was told that after the 4 years she doesn't actually qualify as anything.
Oh,
So she was under the impression that she would be a social worker
yeah.
if she did social care practice. And they said to her, well, no, you'll just have a Bachelor of Arts degree as a social care practitioner. And
You have to do social care theory
so
to get
she
the
said,
license.
well, what does that mean? Like, and she was like, well, it doesn't really mean anything, to be honest. Right?
Wow.
Yeah. So now there's people who have obviously gone on and you can do a master's then. You know, you could, but
What does that
so
get you?
I haven't a clue. But well,
Not
after
a job anyway.
Did I ever tell you? I ever told you why I had to leave? Or
Yeah,
or
no, you
okay.
never. I don't think you did.
Okay, so the reason that
I had to leave.
yeah, I had to leave, right?
Right.
You can only pull so many fire alarms right before they kick you out. Okay.
Right.
Before the exam, I'd be pulling fire alarm. So what happened was a couple of reasons. This is going to sound. I'm going to piss some people off here now, but let's get into it.
It's not unusual.
It's not unusual to piss off half the country. Kendy does it best. Okay, so I first of all I'm not very academic, so let's say that straight away. I wasn't blessed, fairly stupid. Okay. The second thing is
Is it stupidness now or laziness?
no, stupid and
'Cause
lazy.
It's two very different things.
Yeah, no, but I'm stupid as well.
And so far, as long as I've known you, you're not stupid.
Okay, well, hey, what does that mean?
You draw the dots there now.
I can't figure that out, man. I'm too stupid. I don't know what you mean. So I have to drink water because it's fucking mild in this
Yeah,
place.
okay.
So,
Sorry I didn't bring you a beer, by the way.
oh, that's all right,
I only
Ben.
had the one left.
You only had the one left. That's all right, Ray. Don't be worried
You
about
know
it.
I
man.
need it.
Yeah, no, you need it more than I do.
Yeah.
So let's get into it. Okay, so I was noticing some trends. I'm in trouble. I was noticing some trends within certain areas of academic life that I wasn't quite fond of.
Cheating.
There was a lot of people cheating.
Was
right now.
there?
No,
I
not
was a
that
guess.
at all. There was a lot of stuff coming into it that I thought had nothing to do really with what we should have been learning.
Right.
So they could try and pluck all these fucking modules out of the air,
What kind of modules?
like gender studies stuff and what you should be saying right and wrong. Now this is 2013-14, before the whole
Before-
world
before
went
the wokeness,
woke.
yeah.
Yeah, but it was just creeping in, and I didn't know anything about woke. But I was like, what's going on here? Why are we? I told you the time when I walked into a class and called everyone guys, and one of the lecturers was like, "Oh my god, seriously, don't call everybody guys."
I've had the same problem lately.
Right.
I found myself all weekend going, lads.
Yeah.
And I was getting uncomfortable because they didn't look like lads. Do you know, I realised I was standing there, I was going, I was like, this is wrong now. I'm probably using
No, go on.
I'm using the wrong pronouns.
Oh my Christ.
I don't think lads is an acceptable pronoun, no matter how
It
much
is.
sincere Irish goodness
It
is
is.
behind
It's not a
it.
pronoun. It's just a term of endearment.
It's very much like guys.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I went in and said, guys, they're like, oh my God, right?
What did
and
they
then,
say?
so,
Guys
the
is
lecturer,
wrong.
yeah, the lecturer was like, you can't just come in and call everybody guys. And
This
I
was
went,
gender studies now, was
yeah,
it?
no, this was just a normal, like module.
Okay.
And then, like, everyone in the room was like, what? No one was kind of biting.
Yeah.
And we were informed, like, that then there's ways of not addressing people. And
How
then,
do you address people?
So there was one of them was they asked us then all to write down. They asked us all to write down a term that you would find offensive as a woman, right?
Okay.
So even as a man, then we had to write one down.
Terms that you would find offensive as a man.
No, nothing to do with men. No,
Oh.
it doesn't matter. You can offend a man all you want. It was terms that women would find offensive to be called. You know
Okay.
what I mean? So we all had to write one of those down then as well. And I was
What did
like,
you go with?
I was a bit like, oh, fucking hell. I told a story and she did not like this. Sweet Jesus. Because
This
I
is
was
the
taking it
lecture.
serious. Yeah.
Okay.
I was taking it serious. I was like, okay, if you want me to say something here, I'll say something proper then. I've already been given out for calling someone a guy. So let's fucking... So I said, I once heard a friend of mine saying, oh, that woman has a jockey.
Yes.
And I said, that's actually very offensive towards women. She nearly got sick. Ray, she nearly got sick.
That was the height of offensive.
But I was like, but you asked me to say something. Like, why is it, you know what I mean? So, oh, like, You know the way fucking fellas that say that, like, you know, fellas that say, "Oh, your one is a jockey," like, which means she has a boyfriend. But you know, you can take from that what you will. Anyway, she didn't like that.
No.
The other thing was as well, I did a work practice,
work placement,
work experience, work placement in a local establishment here in Sligo that I loved.
Yeah.
I was a full-time musician at the time, gigging 5 nights a week, then trying to go to college every day. It was like a film. It was like a film. I was like a single mother in a film, working 2 jobs in a restaurant and then go to college.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So this local establishment were like, "Oh, we don't give a shite. Work your hours. If you need to go to a gig, go on off. We love just having you here."
Great.
They were absolutely brilliant, and I loved it as well. I loved working there. Okay.
So you were like, "This is what I want to do. I'm glad I'm doing this course."
Well, I was kind of going, I'm glad. No, this is good crack.
Yeah.
All this, there's a lot. Like everyone was on the same page in this place. Yeah. Anyway, I had a certain person in charge of me when I was doing that work placement who would then come and assess you and say. But every time she came to assess, the person in charge of the business was like, "Mark's the fucking best thing that ever happened to us. He's brilliant, right?"
Yeah.
You have to do another placement then the next year. That woman that I walked in and said guys and told her that women have jockeys, she was in charge of me placement.
Okay.
Right? So she was in charge of the second placement. And I had said to her, "Look, I'm just letting you know I work full time. You know, so I'd like a little bit of leeway when I'm doing this placement."
Yeah.
Which might have been jumpy. But fuck it, like we all have to work. You know what I mean?
You have to pay your way through.
I have to pay my way through it, like, you know. And then she said to me, "Absolutely not. You should not be working if you're doing this course. We need you 100% in." And I said to her, "No bother."
So you became 100% out.
I'll see you later. So I just thought that it was such a lazy academic field at that time. I'm sure it's better now. But at the time I was a bit like, Jesus Christ, we're all a bit tunneled here, aren't we? Do we not understand the outside world at all? Or like, are we just going to tip along and pretend?
Have you heard since? Is it still like that, do you think?
No, I haven't a clue. No, since then I've done quite a bit of work in that realm, and it all seems to be quite good, like, you know. And I've since met people from that as well, other lecturers and teachers, and they're all tremendous people. I've worked with them since. This woman I haven't come across since.
Do you regret leaving it?
All right, Parkinson, let's fucking get right into it.
Has it occurred to you in the last number of years?
You're like Larry. No.
Was it worth it at the time?
Okay, so I don't regret anything, genuinely.
Trace your soul cheek.
I don't regret...
You put up a couple of pictures in OnlyFans in infancy.
I fuck off now, because I don't regret anything, really. What I do regret is that at the age of 31, I think, or 32, I can't remember.
Check the rings on.
Fucking hell. Cut me up there and check me rings.
Yeah.
At the age of 31 or 32, that I'm not financially better off now to be able to move Nicola and Ali forward.
Yeah.
I do have quite a bit of guilt about that.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I always say to Nicola, geez, I've made some poor choices now along the way that haven't really benefited Nicola very well, you know? And then I do get this mad guilt, you know, of looking around. I get this mad guilt of looking around at fellas and... like women who are with fellas, we'd say, right? And the fellas are very well put together.
Yeah.
And let's say the woman, because you know that fucking myth, oh, you don't marry for material. You kind of do, like, because the material goes further than just the material.
Yeah.
As in, like, if a man is very well set up, there's a reason for that. You know what I mean? I'm a fucking disaster. So I do feel bad.
You're not a disaster.
No, I'm not a disaster. I'm ticking along
kick in
lovely.
here now.
No. Like me and Nicola are renting this lovely house and we're quite safe.
Yes.
So we've done enough.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? We're not that fucking bad. We're not poor. Like.
And you're sitting in a fancy office chair.
I'm sitting in a fancy office chair.
That wasn't a 10-euro stool from Killarney.
Yeah, but it's petty shorts though.
Now you could sell the fancy office chair, make a few pounds. I'll bring him those 2 stools and we're set up.
The worrying thing is, if I put this up on Facebook Marketplace, you buy it.
You will, yeah.
You'll be like, I'll definitely find something for it now. So,
do you think a lot of people in the country, you know, and abroad, might be feeling the same as you're feeling?
I'm sure there's fellas who are going, geez, I wish I was better set up now.
Yeah.
But it's hard to get that well set up, if you know what I mean. Like, not everyone is that well set up. COVID wrecked a lot of
stuff,
turned people back 3 years, 4 years, you know.
COVID was nearly like the Celtic Tiger, the recession. It was nearly like that for some people,
Yeah, for certain aspect. Yeah, for sure. Like, and we got well looked after during COVID, like, when you look back at it in hindsight, you know. But... having said that, I do look at other couples. I'd be worried that Nicola would be walking down the town, right? Going, your one there now is, look at the fella she's after gathering.
Yeah.
That's where the old thing comes from. Here's what's happening. My TikTok is full of people jiving in the country scene, right?
Yes.
It's full of this woman called Sammy. Sammy's Lucky Day. awards. You know where you buy in €3 and you get to win this fucking twin cam. You know what I mean? Everyone, what do they call it? Them competitions.
Yeah, McKinney competitions.
Sammy's
jobs,
from
yeah.
somewhere up north. She has a lovely accent. She had loads of money. Fair play to her.
She's doing a big raffle.
Oh, she's doing a big raffle every week, about
Right,
10 of them, for
right.
Massey Ferguson's and all that. But
Yeah.
the clientele that she's dealing with are these fellas with a lot of what I would think would be a lot of money and some fine women chasing after them because they know they have a lot of money.
Yeah, they can provide.
And then I'd be afraid, Nick, let's see some of these brown boot bastards, right?
Could we please call
These
episode
brown
that?
boot bastards, right? With their eyebrow piercings and their John Deere gilets.
And
right?
I think there was a big show on at the weekend as well, a big country show. And
Cowboys and Indians.
Was it?
it's
Was
called.
that what it was called?
It was called Cowboys and Indians.
I was stuffed out of it.
Stuffed out
I
of
was
it.
getting Snapchats, and I hadn't seen so many people since World War II finished.
Honest to God, man, they haven't danced like since World War II finished.
Yeah.
Right? They have not danced like. They were all there.
Jiving.
I'd say Stewie Miles was there. I'd say Denver was there. I'd say Derek Ryan was there.
Yes.
I'd say Dickie was there. I'd say they
Kleena.
all. Kleena was there.
Yeah.
I'd say they all were there. I'd say she was Kleena up now, out there now. So
You were afraid Nicola's going to run away with a brown boot bastard.
I'm afraid that she will not run away with them.
But
But
she'll
I'm
be-
afraid she'll go, Cheers.
I made a... Yeah.
Do you know whenever you don't win, the price is right?
No, I
And they say, here's what you could have had. And it's a speedboat.
I only
and you're
had
like,
two
fuck!
channels.
Do you know what I mean?
Winning
You'd be
streak
watching-
was the only thing I ever
Ah,
had
gee.
growing up. And they always won. Everybody
Bruce
won that.
Forsyth used
Yeah.
to come out, right?
Yeah.
And he'd say, guess the pound. How
Yeah.
much does this cost? And you'd say 18,200.
Yeah.
And he'd say, tis 18,100 and you've gone bushed. But here's what you could have won. And a speedboat, a car. I'm afraid that Nicola's looking at these brown boot bastards and saying, look at that speedboat and car that I could have had.
Yeah.
And I'm still now driving this old Suzuki.
Right.
Do you know? Now, having said that, that's fucking silly and that's very
you-
self-deprecating.
But
and
you
I'm not,
make her laugh. You're a
Ira,
funny bastard.
There's nothing in the world. I was only thinking this yesterday. There's nothing in the world that makes me happier than when Nicola goes,
That's lovely.
because there's such truth in happy wife, happy life.
Oh, there
because
is, yeah.
You're so calm. When I make Nicola laugh once a day, I go, lovely.
Job
lovely,
done.
lovely.
Job done.
Now, usually it takes a fart, but I mean,
Well, speaking of fart, have you them sweets with you?
so this is fucking,
This is a nice little segue.
okay, I can't handle sour sweets. I want you to do it.
What are these? Sour Patch.
Sour Patch Kids fruit mix.
And I've absolutely nothing to wash it down with because I've polished off the only Heineken I
It's a
brought.
sweet, man. How would you be washing it down? Like, it's one sweet. So I can't handle these, man. The sourness of
So,
them.
according to Nicola, this is how Mark made her laugh today.
I know, because I can't help the contortment of my face.
Let's try it there now.
Okay,
Yeah.
this is stupid now. I'm not playing up to this either. Because
Oh, God. And if you're on the Patreon, you're going to see it.
it can suck out. It's holding me cheeks.
Suck it into you.
Ah, it's catching me here. It's so...
They're not too bad.
No, they're I can't handle spice or sour.
Oh, God.
Honestly.
Oh, God, that's a Sour Patch sweet.
I can't handle it. My mouth is fucking filling with water.
Eh.
I'll have to dam it up myself.
Oh.
Um,
That's an interesting conversation now because I have to admit, I do agree with you.
That I'm a waste of time.
I don't think, I think you're a waste of space. I think you failed your family. And
did.
Look at, we
I
won't
did.
say no more about it. No, I think there isn't a man in the world
yeah.
that doesn't be tipping round looking at the next man and going, shite.
No, having said that, like, that's only in certain aspects. Like, I don't look at every fella and go, he's better than I am. That's
Yeah.
not it. I look at couples and go, Jesus, your man has it well set up there. That's a very lucky woman now to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now, sometimes it works the other way. You know, women are allowed work now too,
Are they?
which is mental. But what I mean is, I think there is an obligation to be a man. Like, come
Yeah.
on now and step up and fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, I've done enough to keep this place ticking over. There's a lot of people don't have this now.
No, they don't.
Woo!
Fairness, you're flying around your 18 car. That's fancy.
Yeah, that's stupid though, but that's all perception because I can't afford that fucking thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So I shouldn't have got that, but sure, I got that before we had a baby, which is a bad idea because they cost a lot of money.
How come you didn't come out to the big festival at the weekend?
Okay, great. That's a really good question, Ray.
Yeah.
So, brilliant for Sligo.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Wild Roots Festival every year is getting bigger and bigger and
Yeah.
better. No interest.
Wild Roots was out in Hazelwood Forest.
I have
it's
no
the most-
interest.
It's probably the most beautiful field I've ever been in.
It's the only festival I've ever been at, and it was only because I worked at it.
Yeah, but I was really sad that you didn't come out this year and come visit me.
Yeah, so you did ask me a couple of weeks ago would I go and do it. Here's my problem with festivals.
Yeah.
And this isn't just Wild Roots. Let's say it's a 14-hour day.
Yeah.
Then you have to walk 62 miles then back to your car. And then drag it out of a wet field and drive home and sleep for 2 hours and then go back in again.
Okay, stop. There was no wet fields.
Loads of them.
No, there was not. You don't have to walk 62 miles.
You did. It was 62 miles back to the car
Yeah.
park.
Now, in fairness, this year I was working at said festival.
Yeah.
And I managed to wrangle myself a pass to get the van in.
Yeah, okay.
So my van was parked at the stage at which
I had one of those
it was marvelous.
passes. Yeah, that's great.
Until I couldn't get out.
It's a ring road around the site, like.
No, it's not that. I was in the field and I had to get out of the field and there was no one around. I was leaving. So I said I'd drive down towards the people where the people were.
Ray went 60 miles an hour towards
I
people.
didn't. I was driving my hazards on.
Right.
I was driving through the festival site, which admittedly probably wasn't the wisest thing to do.
Right.
And I got down as far as kind of just about to where the people were at the disco. Right. So,
The disco. I love it.
and then
disco.
at that point, I met some incredibly frazzled security.
Oh, yeah.
Because they've had a long day at that point.
Yeah.
And next thing they've seen this 07 Renault traffic coming at them, not at
Plowing
speed,
through the festival
but just
site.
tipping down as if I was driving through a field with silage in it.
Yeah,
Right?
Jesus.
So they were understandably upset
Yeah.
at my intentions.
Yeah.
So after a small bit of an irate conversation with them where I tried to explain that I just needed to get out,
Yeah.
they said, you're not going anywhere until all of these people are gone. Have you heard of Woodstock 99?
They're dead right, by the way.
So
Jesus.
that was, and I hadn't thought of it at that point, but there could have been comatose people that might have been asleep.
In the field.
In the
But
field.
why didn't you use this road around the outside?
I couldn't get to the road. It was all gated off.
It's called Two Trailer Park because it goes round.
Around the outside.
Yeah, you're supposed to. That's what you're supposed to do.
I know, I just couldn't get to it. So we sat there anyway, but eventually they got me off the site. But yeah, it was an interesting moment.
Jesus. You know, I once drove down at a different festival now, I must say. I was working at another festival, right?
Yeah.
And I genuinely mean that it was another festival. And they had the road cordoned off to be a one-way system, you know?
Yeah.
Now, I had to drive 6 yards down the wrong way system to get in the main gate
Oh yeah.
of the festival.
Yeah.
So I said, it was like a 8-minute drive around again. So I said, I'm going to drive the 6 yards. I'm not driving around for 8 minutes to
Yeah.
get back to the festival.
I know this feeling.
So I did it.
Yeah.
And a fella said to me, roared out, the security guard, whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah.
He said, what are you doing? And I said, I'm actually working on production down
Yeah.
at the main stage.
Doesn't matter.
And he said, you know, I could ring the guards on you now.
Yeah.
And I said to him, okay, there's one or two things that are going to happen here now. Either you're going to ring the guards now and I'll wait here for them, no
Yeah.
bother at all.
Yeah.
Or number two is, you can fuck off and just let me in.
It's amazing the conversations that you end up having with security at 2 in the morning.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
I nearly got
no,
arrested
this
for that
was
once.
this was during the day, right?
Oh, right.
And that same fella then I landed down the next day in the right way or
Yeah.
whatever. And he was like, if you pass out to get down to the main stage again. And I had to say to him, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. You know exactly who I am. You're trying to big time. Just
Yeah.
let me in the fucking gate.
Great power they have.
Jesus Christ. But they love the power, you see.
Yeah. The guards are terrible for that too.
Oh, the guards are very power driven in this country, Ray. I find the guards terrible in the. No, I'm
Do
joking.
you know the Cobblestone Bar up in Dublin?
Yeah.
You might have heard
No,
of it. Yeah,
but
it's in
okay.
Smithfield. But anyway, yeah,
Right.
you probably wouldn't know. We were playing a gig in there one night.
Right.
And it's a one-way street. And I was parked around the corner.
Oh, yeah.
And Noel Kenny, I think it was Noel Kenny.
Yeah.
He was sober, I was not. I
Right.
had drank many tins of Bulmers.
Right.
And I says to Noel, feck this driving halfway around Dublin to get back down this one-way street.
Yeah.
Back around the corner there.
Yeah.
So we backed around the corner. The guard spotted
Oh,
us.
Jesus.
Noel was quite happy enough now to stop and take whatever ear bashing they wanted to give him.
Mm-hmm.
Me, not so much.
Yeah, you were going, fuck this.
I was asking for badge numbers. I
Come on
was so wrong.
No,
I
you're
was
right.
So wrong. No, I wasn't.
You're right.
I wasn't.
You're right,
wrong.
Ray.
I was so
The
wrong.
best thing, no, you were right. The best thing about Ireland, Ray, is this is the best thing about Ireland. This is why Dublin's gone to the dogs now. And you know me now.
Yeah.
I don't often talk about Dublin and the way it's
No,
gone
I
to the
know,
dogs.
yeah.
This is why Dublin's gone to the dogs, Ray.
Yeah.
Ireland is not as straight as that. Ireland,
Yeah,
Ireland
okay.
is built on old winks and stuff. And Ireland, we if Ireland was a wall, we'd always try and find a way around it. Like, do you know what I mean?
Okay.
That's how we work in this
So
country.
you thinking
we work off instinct.
Yeah.
We work off instinct and initiative. You said, I'm just going to go around this corner, and they should have said, you chanced it.
You said,
And
gotcha.
fuck it, but you did it though, and
did
you're
it.
here now.
Yeah,
so
just
fuck it.
don't
we
do it
can't-
again.
Don't do that again now, you.
Yeah.
Do you hear me?
Yeah. Just true.
And they should have gone, you fucking.
Yeah, where are you from? Mayo? You
Yeah,
big idiot,
fucking
yeah.
galala bastard, yeah.
Yeah,
Because they're not Dublin guards anyway, because you can't
No,
have
they're
Dublin
not.
guards.
No, of
yeah,
course,
they're
yeah.
just other thick, ignorant, rural fellas like you.
But they had power.
yeah, but
time.
power, the awful dangerous thing.
And it
right?
upset me no end and I nearly got arrested.
Yeah, yeah. Because there's nothing worse than being belittled. I don't care if you're a guard, a security guard, or whatever. There's nothing worse than being talked down to as an adult. And I've often said it to people, I've no problem having this out with you now, but I will not be talked to like that.
Do you think it triggers the whole when you were belittled as a young fella?
Yeah, it just triggers all of Mam's boyfriends kicking the head of me. And I can't handle it then, Ray, you see.
No.
Because something happens, a fire burns inside
Fire
me.
burns inside
the
you.
one thing, that's the one thing I don't, and I don't know how often you've seen this, or because it doesn't happen that often, but the one thing I don't stand for is being talked down to.
Yeah.
I'll stop someone and say, hang on now a minute, you can't talk to me like that. I don't react that way.
Yeah.
Okay? I don't care who you
Very
are.
astute of you.
I've often said it, I've often been locked up in the cells.
No, you haven't.
I have, and I've said I'm not talking to you.
No, you
and
haven't.
especially band guards. No, especially band. I've often said, if you think I'm going to have the same respect for you, lovey, as I do the fella, you have another thing coming.
Sorry
Now, you
to
may
all-
chip out and calm down now,
I'm
you
sorry
lovey.
now to
I
all
have.
the
No,
band guards out there.
no, I'm just saying, because come on now. Come on now, Ray. I've often said to them, look, lovey, I don't know what's going on in your body at this moment in time, but you may go out now and
Stop it.
relax.
Stop
I
it.
do. You
Please.
probably need a bit of fresh air, lovey, now.
Stop it now.
You need to calm yourself down. Do you know?
Sometimes I worry about the 27% of our listeners that are indeed women.
Fuck them, they're all...
And then I also don't wonder about how it is 27.
I wonder how many of that 27% are band guards.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck
We'll
me.
find out
I'll
this
tell you
week.
one thing. If I get stopped next time...
You're in trouble.
Oh, they'll
Yeah.
see me coming.
Should I
Should I calm down now, Kendy? Should I?
I got stopped at the festival by a gentleman from Leitrim.
Okay.
And he did exactly what I thought would happen.
What?
He addressed the Leitrim Centre of Mediocrity
Oh, shit.
incident.
Fuck.
He's a big gentleman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you scared?
I was. He was, I don't know, was he joking or was he about to kick the head of me?
Well, do you know what I'd say to him? Get over it.
Get over it. Billy
Get
Bird.
over it now.
Yeah.
I don't know who you are. I
Yeah.
don't care what size you are.
Yeah.
Okay? Because if anything, I've been proved right.
I have to talk about them things.
Go on.
Now, I don't have much written down for the festival. I thought I'd have loads of things written down,
Okay.
funny moments. One of the moments was a gentleman was about to start playing his original music, of which there was loads
Yeah.
of marvellous original music
Yes.
at the weekend.
Okay.
There was an Irish version of Lewis Capaldi dressed as Elton John,
What the fuck?
and he was marvellous. His name was Tig. He was from Carlow.
He was an Irish version of Lewis Capaldi
So
dressed as Elton
think
John.
of Lewis Capaldi kind of ish.
As in style.
Well, no.
Vocal style.
Vocal style, yeah, he had the same quality of voice as Lewis Capaldi.
Okay, brilliant.
Except he was very eccentric. He said we were a cross between, like, think of Elton John.
Uh-huh.
And he was wearing like a silk top. It was
Right.
open. And
Yeah.
his whole bust and belly was out.
His chesticles were
His
out.
chesticles was out. And he was wearing like 6-inch high heel, block heel platform boots.
So he's allowed to do that because he's an artist.
Yeah.
So he can dress whatever he wants. The one thing I will say about festival season now, because they're all on.
Yeah.
Wild Roots, Forbidden Fruits, Life, all that.
Right.
We need to stop young fellas dressing like psychiatric patients. There's Irish fellas walking around, Ray. Honestly.
Who are these now?
They're dressed like psychiatric patients, man, that got handed a wardrobe in the morning. Have you seen Irish fellas at festivals now?
No,
young
what are
lads?
you talking about? Can
They're
you
all
describe
wearing
it?
mad bucket hats.
Right.
They're wearing crazy football jerseys that have never been the like seen before. Massive.
Okay.
Right? Crazy shorts, and they're all wearing like the fake or Air Max or Air Jordan, big massive shoes, man.
That sounds like a lovely outfit, Gene.
No, what? Okay, what is wrong with me? Am I mental? Am I losing it? Hello, Kendy, are you in there?
That sounds like a lovely
What
outfit,
happened?
Gene.
What happened? What happened?
What happened there now?
Why is that a lovely outfit?
It sounds, you've just described a lovely, beautiful
And
outfit,
Kendy
Gene,
wears
there.
one hat and he gets called every name under the sun.
You're really sore about that.
Fat shit and everything they call me,
No,
Ray.
they didn't
Big
call you
fat,
that.
they call me fucking fatty
No,
fatty
they
pudding
didn't.
box. But these young lads can go around dressed, honestly, like they were let out of St.
But
Bridget's
you
in
can
Port
dress
Juncla for the
whatever-
day.
You can dress whatever way you want at the festival.
No, but that's the problem, though.
That's why I have the pride jacket at home.
No, that's the problem, though. Why?
Well, it's just festival rules.
I don't understand the festivals. That's why I'm not going.
This-
I'm not going. I'm not going to any festival
I
ever.
was sad you didn't come out now. You would have enjoyed walking around.
Did anyone out there wear a nice, sensible Farah t-shirt?
No.
And a lovely pair of chino shorts?
There might have been the odd. I think Brendan Tierney tipped out at one point in a Farah t-shirt.
Even he fucking probably wore something daft as well. But I can't wear it in that. Imagine Kendy were out trying to wear that.
I wore a sarong once at a festival.
That is so wrong that
Yeah,
you wore a
sarong.
sarong. The fuck? But like, I just don't. What is wrong with me, man? I'm having a fucking meltdown here. I am now.
Sorry.
Because I am having a meltdown. Why can every young lad in this country...
You can wear whatever you want. And when someone comes up and says something derogatory to you,
No.
you just turn around and say, yeah, thanks, good luck.
No, but these fellas aren't getting that. And these are the normal fellas.
But you'd be surprised how much abuse they get. We'll get a couple of them on and talk
They
to them.
don't. I'm the only one giving them abuse. I'm the only one. Everyone else thinks they look great.
Anyway, I want to talk to you. One of the gentlemen, Tig, he was up there setting up. So he's dressed as Elton John.
Yeah.
Right? Slash with, Lewis Capaldi.
Yeah.
And he was very sexual.
Oh.
Do you know? He was very in touch with himself.
Giving all this
yeah,
stuff.
he was giving all the rubbing him himself.
Yeah, rubbing
and
himself out
he
of it.
sang a song in Irish, which was all something. He was Ignain of something.
Was he?
You know?
What?
I think he might have been
Again
Ignain of love.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Again of Gra.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Neil Saga.
That's
Go
right.
on anyway. Sorry.
But yeah, he was having a great time. But there's always one at these festivals. Just before he started, a young fella came up, right? Wearing a very Mark Kennedy outfit, actually.
Okay, very sensible.
Very sensible outfit.
Very well dressed.
Well, young man
Yeah.
walked up to the front of the stage, bowed his brass. You play AC/DC.
Oh my God. I mean, you can't get away from it, can you?
Can you play AC/DC?
Oh, you can't get away from us.
Yeah, and he was
Unbelievable.
adamant that he would play AC/DC.
Isn't
And I
that-
said to him, I said, you're at the wrong show.
Yeah.
You're
Tip into
in the
town.
wrong field.
Tip into town, see Kendy inside in town.
Yeah, he'd play AC/DC.
He'll play whatever the hell he wants,
Yeah.
right? But out here, this man, Elton Capaldi,
Elton Capaldi.
right?
From Carlow.
Yeah, he wants to play his own tunes.
Yeah,
here.
and I have to say, if anyone's looking up Tig, his name is Tagdhg.
was savage,
How
was
the
he?
fuck do you spell Tig? He was-
Taghiu Meadbh
GBH, father.
W
W.
Tig.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair play to Tig. Was like in terms of your stage and all that kind of crack.
Yeah, it was the cornerstone stage I was on.
Were you impressed?
I was impressed. Yeah, there was some very good bands.
Right.
Yeah,
Come
I did
on,
enjoy
pick
them.
one. Pick
Now,
one now. Come on now and pick one.
There was some very good. Well, Tig was one of the top ones for me.
Right. And had he a band behind him?
He had a band behind him. Good band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw the Jenny Green headlined again.
Jenny Green headlined
The
again.
big headline headliner. She
Yeah.
went out with the basketball jerseys she got in pennies.
She did.
And she tipped out onto the stage, Jenny Green.
Yeah, all by herself.
And she did it for 3 hours.
Yeah.
And I'm not
Yeah,
going to
and
make...
the worst thing was she did for feckin' 3 hours. Yeah, just banging. What?
Can I just say, even though I wasn't at Wild Roots, I heard every bit of it.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was next door.
Oh, yeah, it's very loud.
Jesus Christ.
Brendan is something there now.
What were lemonade shoelace like?
What were lemonade shoelace like, Ray Brendan wants to know.
Can I be honest?
No.
Right. No,
Go on.
I'm going to say, first of all, lovely fellas. Lovely, lovely, lovely fellas. Very nice books, and they're well put together in the whole lot.
Lovely.
They were playing a style of music that is not to my liking.
Okay, that's okay. You don't have to like that
I
style
didn't
of
like
music.
it. The reason I didn't like it, and this is the reason I was mentioning Tig as the alternative, is because I found that Tig came out and he very much engaged the crowd.
And he played lovely country songs.
He didn't
you
play
see,
lovely
Tig.
country songs, played songs, whatever the songs are, but the songs were interesting. I could hear all the words he was saying.
Okay.
Do you know? He was engaging with the crowd. He was knocking the crack out of us.
Lovely.
Like there was moments where we thought the song was over and we tried to clap, and he'd wave and go, no, no, no. And then he'd sing another line and then, now clap. And there was crack like that.
Yeah.
So it very much felt like we were part of it.
Okay.
Whereas as good and all as Lemonade, see, they were playing, there were notionsy.
What were they called?
Do you
Lemon
know-
Cake Alpine?
Lemonade Shoelace.
Okay.
They're one of these trendy bands with the bucket
Yeah.
hats. It actually dressed exactly what you described.
Oh, perfect,
There was
yeah.
a short, a t-shirt, a sunglass.
Yeah.
Some of them were wearing bum bags, but around their arms.
That's another one as well. Yeah, yeah. They wear bum bags around the tits.
And they didn't take, around their tits, they didn't take
Yeah.
it off.
Yeah, yeah.
And I thought, you're going to play some bass.
But where else are they supposed to keep all of their belongings, right?
That's not like, nothing manly about a bum bag strapped around your shoulder.
Now me and you were on the same page.
I have to say I had problems with that.
Yeah.
But they were there anyway when they played the notionsy music. And people are into that notionsy music.
All that, like, that's no. I'm glad that me and you are finally starting to. We're starting to align here, Ray.
We're starting to
Maybe
meet
this
some
might
common
work.
ground.
Maybe this might work out.
Yeah.
I'm with you as well. Young people own the world. They're the next generation. They can have whatever they want. with
I'm
us.
old now, is that what
Do you
you're
know what I
saying?
mean? Yeah, well, me, all of us.
Yeah.
They can do whatever they want with the next gen, and they can do whatever they want with the next generation of music too.
Yeah.
So I don't know what this bands are like but I hear a lot of stuff now where I'm going, I haven't a clue what's even going on there now. I don't even want that. But it's not mine.
No.
It does not belong to me. It belongs to those young people.
Yeah.
And when people release music as well, it doesn't belong to them either. If I release a song tomorrow,
Yeah.
which wouldn't happen because I only write pudding,
Fat bastard pudding.
fat bastard pudding,
Yeah.
right? It doesn't belong to me then either because people can do whatever they want
Do
with
what
it.
they want,
And if people
yeah.
want to meme it and make fun of it, it belongs
can
to
do
them
that,
now.
yeah.
I've put it out there. Do you know?
Yeah.
So that's the thing about what Lemon Cake Drizzle
So
is that they put the music out there. They don't own it anymore. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
They're-
So if young people love it, then that's perfect
They're
for
a
them.
very good band and musician like the whole lot is just probably not what I'm into.
Yeah, you're more into maybe a bit of Gloria,
I was
a bit of Philomena.
a bit of Philomena.
Do you know what I mean?
No, I shouldn't have been up at Cowboys and Engines.
a bit of Brendan Shine. I'm
Yeah.
a savage for bacon
Was
and
there
cabbage.
anyone else then? Anyone else that was anyways good in the thing?
In terms of singer-songwriters,
Yeah,
I heard that David Keenan was there.
couldn't tell you. I
Now
wasn't there.
Yeah, because I think he was on the Wild West stage or whatever. He'd be a fella I'd be interested in seeing.
He
now.
would be. I heard the only criticism of David Keenan is his guitar was covered in tape, and
No.
and some people who don't know much about music, they were looking at it going, "What's wrong with him? Like, why wouldn't he get a new guitar?"
Why didn't he get a nice New York?
Yeah, but
I'll tell you
that's
one thing.
clearly broke.
The record room down the town had lovely new guitars.
Yeah.
And I think some of them are only 89, 90 euro.
Yeah.
He should get one of them Yorks.
I have to say the food at the festival was marvellous. It does not agree with a man's constitution though.
Right.
On a diet of pizza, chips, burgers, crepes and Guinness for the weekend.
I'd say paint to the bathroom. Did
I
you?
swear to God, we came home one of the nights.
Yeah.
Laura was good enough. She got up. She heard me coming in. She came down the stairs. I think she also wanted to go to the toilet. And she came downstairs to give me a hug, welcome me home.
Oh.
And she got as far as the bottom of the stairs. It caught her.
Oh,
Hit her
no.
straight in the face.
Like a box into the
Like
jaw.
a box into the jaw.
Yeah.
So she turned round, back up the stairs. She's something after dying.
Oh, man. Do
Side
you know what I said to Nicola? If I've tried to, like, we'll say fart, well, I think she's not coming near me.
Yeah.
You know, and I'll get this out now. And
Yeah.
by the time she comes in, it'll be up in the ether.
Yeah. Oh.
She'll start coming towards me. I said, Nicola, step back.
Yeah.
I have cheek problems.
But it's marvellous. The only thing, I know we talk about shite an awful lot on this podcast.
Fuck it.
But at the festival, it's marvellous when you're in a crowd. You can let a fart out
Oh,
and
let it
not
be.
worry about blame.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if anyone out there can pinpoint in 10,000
Yeah.
people who let that go,
There was one moment
I'll tell you, you should be working for the police force like a sniffer dog.
I was standing beside Louise and
Yeah,
I did fart.
you did.
I did, and I thought I got away with it. I didn't smell it at all.
Yeah.
And next thing, Louise turned to me and she said, "Someone's after shiting themselves."
I love that. Louise is going to listen to this now and go, "You fire bastard, you."
And I turned around and go, "That's disgraceful. I can't believe anyone would do that." at the festival."
It's like farting on an airplane.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Who knows? You know.
Who knows who did it?
Now, but that tells you a lot about the person, though, because when you know that you're not going to get the blame,
Yeah.
then
Okay.
should you still do it?
Yeah.
Or are you a better person?
No, I probably wasn't.
You would let it go to
I
fuck.
feel like this. I'm
Let it all out.
free
Like.
the nipple, like, you know.
Come here. We better start fucking rapping soon. But there is one thing I do have to say.
I have a ball
before-
of shout outs, by the way.
Oh yeah. Well, do you want to do your shout outs?
I'll do them really quick.
Yeah, go on.
Before we get into them, also, there has been, I cannot count on one hand the number of people that have sent me something, there's a pub somewhere where someone took a photo behind the bar and they've bottles of Gaviscon.
Oh.
And everybody has sent me this feckin'
Go away.
Instagram post. It's like, there you are, no, look at that place
No,
with the Gaviscon.
that's space for you now.
But I'd actually thought about it and I thought, Gaviscon should be served in bars. You
Yeah,
can get
yeah.
a shot of Gaviscon.
Yeah.
And at least you'd be able to drink more.
Well, I mean, yeah, like you don't have to bring your own. Bring your BYOG.
Bring your own. So I think at our wedding, I think we're going to have to bring. We're
Oh,
going to have
that's a
Gaviscon
good
in.
idea.
Yeah.
The other
Or
thing-
even a bottle of it on every table.
Oh, that'd be a great idea.
Yeah.
A bag of Rennie and bang it. Do you know what you do? Do you know what you do, Ray?
Well,
Right?
ground up the Rennie and sell
Ground
it in
up the
bags.
Rennie and we'll start fucking sniffing it. Come on, let me sniff a bag of Rennie, the whole lot of us.
Right, so I'll do me shout out. This
Go on.
is a long one, right?
Yeah.
And I'm just going to I'm good, sorry. Brendan's after texting me there saying I think fubbing would work. What's fubbing, Brendan?
You don't read my links in the bit.
No, I don't. We'll have to go into Brendan's bit. We're going to Brendan's bit, so
Yeah,
let's
go
see
on.
Brandon's bits. So it is.
The one thing I will say that Brendan's after sharing is that some driving instructor rang
Yeah.
out because he said he was giving a young one a lesson and 15 times he said to her, "Who's your daddy?" And that is brilliant because I'd love the casualness of that. So we're just going to take a left up at the roundabout here. Who's your daddy? I fucking that. Jeez, he's a brazen bastard, isn't he? Fucking hell, man.
Fubbing,
Yeah.
right? Fubbing, we all do it. We all hate it. And a recent study shows that in the world of dating, you fub at your own peril. Do you know what fubbing is?
I wouldn't fubbing a clue.
Phone snubbing.
What does that mean?
So it is referring to all too common experience of being ignored by somebody in favour of their smartphone. Have you ever done that?
Oh, have I ever got fubbed off?
Yeah. Fob it out, yeah.
So in order to get fubbed off, you're on a date and they're looking at their phone.
Yeah.
Okay, the whole way through it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I've been fubbing Nicola off now, man, for about 12 years. Like, even when me and Nicola go out now, we're
Two
both
of you
of
fubbing
us,
each other.
we're two of us are fubbing each other. I was fubbing her in the room the last day. She was trying to talk to me, Ray.
Do you ever fob her in the car?
No, yeah, I'd be fubbing her. Sometimes we'd pull up into a quiet spot. But myself and Nicola were in bed the last day, and I
Yeah.
started fubbing her. I
Yeah.
started fubbing her up.
That's a normal enough
I started
spot.
fubbing her above the bed.
That was Brendan's bits for everybody
Yeah.
who wanted to know. Big shout out. How are you, lads? I'm going to read it word for word.
Go on.
Just want to send you on a message. Say, big fair play to you on the Absolute Hilarious podcast. I just finished my binge, starting on episode 1 back in February.
Jesus
and just
Christ.
finished episode 2
You're
or 4 today.
joking.
And now I've absolutely no idea what to do with myself and all the spare time I'm going to have.
You want to start fubbing yourself off?
You start fubbing the shite out of yourself. I started a new job in the Midlands recently. Fair play to you.
Oh.
And the podcast is the only thing that keeps keeping my West of Ireland accent alive.
There aren't many jobs in the Midlands now.
I've heard of people going to London and stuff and losing the accent.
Go
but
to
to go to
Langford.
Athlone or Langford and going, I'm losing my West
Jeez,
of
I'm
Ireland
losing
charm. So big thank you for that, because I don't really want an awfully accent.
Oh, it's awfully.
It's awfully. I am still getting some strange looks when I say fair play to me, or oh, that's nice.
Oh, that's nice.
But I'm sure that as the podcast continues to grow, people will know that I'm not mad, just a fan. All the best, lads. John from Roscommon.
Fair play to you, John. While you're at that, Ray, one more shout out as well. I was doing a gig outside the wonderful Garv Oak Bar on
Yes.
Friday evening.
Yeah.
And a woman.
That's such a tremendous place to be.
I really hope I'm getting. Oh my God. No, it actually was class when the weather was good. We had a
Costa del
great
Garra
gig
Vogue.
out there, the Costa del Garra. And a woman called Sinead from Dublin walked up to me and said, "Sorry, I heard you talking there. Are you Kendy from Kendy Raybo?" And I said, "Yes, I am." And she said, "I've listened to every single episode. This is my second time coming to Sligo, only because you told me how great the place is."
Oh, that's
She
lovely.
said, "I've visited Anderson's Tremendous Event Centre, all that
Yeah.
crack."
And
Anyway,
we've the best drug dealers in Ireland as
and
well.
we've the
let's tell you.
best drug dealers in the,
Yeah.
the country itself has the best drug dealers.
Yeah, but
I don't know.
Sligo is.
I don't know anything about Sligo's drug dealers, Ray.
No,
I know nothing about
They're
them.
top notch.
Jesus!
Let's give credit where credit is due.
Let's give fucking let's wring our own necks.
Well,
while
I've
we
no,
wring our
I've
own-
no problem. I think they probably should be very proud of themselves. You'd hate to be a drug dealer in Roscommon and going, we're not great.
We're not like Sligo has.
No.
Jeez, the Sligo boys have it sold up. They're being talked about on podcasts and
Yeah,
everything,
exactly.
so they
Go
are.
on.
So big fair play to Sinead, who came up to me then, and her lovely fella Mark.
Lovely.
So fair
And
play
I've
to you.
one last one.
Jeez, I hope I got the name right. Go on.
Yeah, and Laura and Liz
Laura and Liz.
in La Trocadero restaurant in Dublin.
What?
Yeah,
Le Trocadero.
the Trocadero.
Right, okay, so they're...
Dublin's finest dining.
Okay.
They're sous chefs.
Okay, and
Yeah, and they listen.
I'm going to apologise to all ye...
I might also be related through marriage to one of them.
Oh, well, there we go. Well, thanks very much for listening. Sorry about giving out about the dubs all
Yeah.
this time.
So,
Now,
fair
Ray,
play to
before
Laura
we
and
go,
Liz.
fucking quick one. We have to do one quick one before we go.
What's that?
We are the perpetrators of a hate crime.
Yeah,
Me and you perpetrated a hate crime without knowing us.
right.
We made fun of someone a couple of weeks ago on the podcast for saying something wrong, whatever, and it turns out that they have dyslexia, which I think is when you try and have sex with a dead body, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that's it. Oh no, it's when you like getting choked.
Yeah, what? No.
Dyslexia is when you like getting, you know, you
it's
put a
not.
belt around your neck
it's not.
when you're in
It's
the
not.
middle of,
Kenny, shh.
you know, you'd have a sock and you'd be like, right? So, dyslexia. We made fun of a guy who had dyslexia.
Who's that?
We shouldn't have done that. His name is Rory's Maitland.
Oh,
And we started making fun of him talking, and it turns out that we are the perpetrators, and he is the victim of a hate crime.
so what happens now?
I think it goes
Are we
to
getting
GSOC
cancelled?
or whatever.
we
and
getting
then
cancelled?
yeah, we might get cancelled. Yeah, but so we have to keep that in mind. This might be the last ever episode.
Hmm.
And if you too suffer from dyslexia,
Have you the number?
having sex with dead bodies, just make sure.
Do you not have to give out the number?
Yeah, but they won't be able to read it,
If
so it
you-
doesn't matter. So there we go. There's
because
no
of-
point in giving you any kind of helpline or not. That's
No.
Jeez, you couldn't read the fucking back of it.
You dug more of a hole there.
So there we go. This is the Denki and Ranby podcast for however you read it. And
Do you think we'll have a buzz in this one? We'd like to apologise to anybody, by the way, listening to the last while.
Yeah.
We've had some audio technical difficulties
Yeah.
with the fancy new expensive mics we bought.
Yeah.
And we have actually had to lean on a local podcast to help us with our production values.
Well, we had to lean on Blue Room Studios.
Yeah, we did, yeah. But,
Which is Luke Devaney, the finest studio in all of Sligo.
and so thanks to him for removing the high-pitched squeal.
He sucked it off us.
Yeah, he sucked it out
sucked
of
the
us.
high pitch off us,
Yeah.
and jizz, we've never sounded better.
But I'm
Yeah.
hoping to this one will be all right now.
Yeah, fingers crossed. We changed all the leads and all that kind of crack. Other than that, that is 205. And fair play to Brendan for flicking the keys clean off himself.
Clean off himself.
And Ray, fair play to me.
Fair play. Oh, and happy birthday to Sean O'Reilly, who is 29, I think, this week.
I think he's 27.
27.
27-year old.
Sean O'Reilly,
Woo!
happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday,
I hope
Sean.
you get all the things you want for your birthday.
So do I, and I won't be getting any of them for you. So don't come looking for me. Ray, fair play to me.
Fair play to me too.
Good luck.
Good luck.
The Kendy and Raybo podcast, sponsored by Anderson's Tremendous Event Centre and Wonderful Food Items, and the Blind Tiger's marvellous alcoholic fruit drinks.